Code switching, academic concerns. Now we are talking about the academic concerns that arise from random code switching. That is, when the teachers don't know when or why they are code switching, and neither do the students know that what was the purpose of the code switching. So research shows that the results of the academic results arising from random code switching were worse than when the students were using a separate approach to languages. That is, if we allow the teachers and leave it to them to teach the two languages using random code switching, any subject, then the students might not benefit from it academically, because the teachers might not even know that they are shifting more towards one language or the other one. So the goal of education to develop literacy in a specific language for a specific subject might not actually be achieved. However, there is newer research which says that there is some sort of support there for the children, and if the teachers are trained, they might sort of support or scaffold the learners to access those aspects of a subject that they are not able to access in the second language that they have been introduced to. Little bit of mixed results there, but in any case, the evidence weighs that random code switching is not quite helpful. This is also because that the teachers have no control over their code switching. They might just use a language they're more comfortable in. They can share it with the student. Then what will become of the language proficiency or majority language proficiency that we want to develop in the students? So it is also argued that in immigrant context, for instance, if this is left to the teachers who are more comfortable in the majority language rather than the other minority language, this might promote a shift to the majority language and somehow erase the boundaries of the minority language. So the point is that if we want to run a bilingual educational program where the aim of the program is to develop biliteracy or to enable the learners to learn both languages, then that purpose is not served when the teachers do not control their code switching. And this happens more often than not when the languages that are being taught have an unequal status in the wider society. This is because the teachers or the students might sort of feel pressured to use the majority language and not the minority language, which remains stigmatized, and those who use the minority language might be looked down upon. So the benefit of code switching actually comes when we know why one has code switched and what is the purpose of it, and when do we want to code switch back into the language in which the subject has to be taught. So properly used, it is argued that cognitive skills of the bilinguals are enhanced, and so is their understanding of the subjects that are being taught. Otherwise, it might actually erode minority languages. It might promote subtractive bilingualism, that is, give up one language to learn the other, and this again defies the purpose of bilingual education, and this really remains questioned. This code switching, random code switching in the classrooms remains questioned, and this is also called concurrent approach. Now, the new concurrent approach, Jacobson and Feltis, they provided a kind of a framework in which they argued that it is important not to code switch intrasententially, that is within a sentence, but to code switch always between whole sentences. And they provided a whole framework around it to teach, but this has never been very popular.